It's that time of month. It's October. Pumpkins. We also got some more peat moss that we're going to lay down. And over here, as you see, we got some natural play sand for leveling or top dressing lawns. So it's actually what we're going to be using it for. So I'm glad that the bag agrees with what I'm going to be using it for. I do have some washout areas that we're going to repair. And I'm going to try to put down some peat moss so that it doesn't wash out again. I was just looking at the weather. Looks like weather's coming in this weekend. This will be used in this video, so let's go. What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson. Thank you so much for stopping by for yet another video. Neighbors are outside doing things, so I don't want to be that awkward, weird guy talking to his phone. I'm kind of like Pete in that regard. I don't like an audience when I'm talking to the phone. So I apologize if you don't like the inside. Here's my lovely kitchen and house behind me. But anyways, so in this video, what we're gonna try to do is accomplish two things. Over here, which I don't know if I can show you well, but you'll see it soon enough. But down by my shed down there, it washed out a little bit with our GCI Cool Blue. So I mentioned it. If you've watched and kept up with the videos, you know where I'm talking about. To the left side of my house, there's a little river that flows towards my shed, and kind of the water drains to a creek back there. Also, right down the middle of the yard, I had water. We had gotten a tropical system come through, then we had more rain come through, and it was just a steady day and a half, 2 days of rain. And I believe some of this seed got washed out, being that germination is happening way beside my shed where I'd never even planted seed, because I wasn't going to fool with that section. But there's GCI seed coming up, so obviously the rain washed the seed down there. So I'm going to get out the old garden weasel, or the Ace Hardware equivalent garden weasel. We're going to till up some of this. Now, I've already done a large section right in front of my shed. Every time I'm standing there, scuffing my feet when I stop, pulling the mower out, it's always been a spot right there. So I actually found some old Scott's Tall Fescue Landscaper mix. I looked at the label, it was fine. I don't even know if it'll germinate, but basically I tilled up the section yesterday or day before right in front of the shed, threw a handful of that seed down. So we'll show you that. I may sprinkle a little bit of GCI in the mix of that, but basically I just want some type of grass there besides weeds or whatever. And that section is trampled on a lot, so it'll be difficult. I have to be gentle not to scuff, and that's where a lot of the peat moss will go, is right there on top. So that seed may actually germinate, but I'm going to put a little bit of GCI on top of that as well, because I do want germination there in front of the shed and then along the side. So that's what we're going to try to accomplish today, repairing some of the washout areas. I've been patient. You know, it's been 3 weeks, if not a little bit more, when this video comes out, that we've planted our seed. As I mentioned, I threw down a little bit too low this year. I needed to go higher in my seed rate, but it will be fine. That's why I'm replanting some of these areas, because I was in the shed and picking up the GCI bag, and there's just a little bit. I was like, why am I holding on to this? I don't need this much seed. But I'm kind of glad I did, because it looks like it did wash out in these areas. And even if these areas do, you know, I see a little bit of grass from here. When you get on top of it, sometimes you can see baby grass, but it needs to be thicker. So this is a perfect area where I believe the rest of that GCI seed needs to be put. It's a smaller area right between the slide and the trees and the shed, which we'll look at here in a second. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to put the seed down there, water it, till up some of the areas where germination didn't take effect, and then put that peat moss on top. The other job I want to do is in two sections. One on this side of the house, one on this side of the house. I've got a divot where one was a stump where a tree was over here on the side of our house. We had it cut down a long time ago, and I about twisted my ankle the other day, and I said, you know what, it's about time that I'm going to fill this up with something. So I thought about the sand. I've never watched a full video about sand leveling, but I'm not going to do anything like that in my yard, especially when I don't believe we're going to be here for a long, long period of time here in this location. So I'm not going to fully level out my lawn, but I do have a stump tree divot there that I want to put sand into and see if I got enough. And then over here on the other side where my water hose is of the house, I have another section where we tried to plant a tree and it didn't work out, and there's just a slight divot there that is like a bump, and I want to fill that up with sand and just do that. So we'll tackle those two little odd jobs, and hopefully I have enough time with the seed that they'll be able to germinate, and I'll just have to be careful not to mow in those sections for the next week or two, and let germination take effect there. So enough chit chat. Thank you for holding on through the video. If you're not subscribed, as always, go right down there, just click that subscribe button. It's free to you. You don't even have to watch the videos, but just help out the channel if you would. We appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the last video we did, talking about how to make YouTube videos, giving you the keys to the Bentley. I hold back nothing here. I want you guys to be able to make great content as well. And anyways, thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. Remember, at Mr. Ferguson Lawn on Twitter and Facebook. And let's get out there and do some work. So this is the area right here, and this general area is where we're going to put the rest of the seed down. Now, as you may be able to see on your TV or monitor, it's not that bad. There is grass coming up all over here. It's just thin. So we want to thicken it up some. But right here is one of the areas that clearly I see from my door every day, where it looks like it could be scratched up in this circle right here in this circle area. I'm gonna till it up a little bit with the garden weasel, throw some here and put peat moss on it. And then if we come down here, this little area looks like it could use a little bit of love. And then as you can see, you can almost see where the stream, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right here, it's where that stream of water washed some of the seed out. And actually, if I go back a little bit right here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the shadows mess it up a whole lot. But right here on the right side, I can definitely tell right here. Hopefully you can. Again, shadows, I'm sorry. But right here, it's like the water just washed it and began to take all that seed. And as you can see, it all germinated over here. That's all new grass right here. So it just basically took my seed over here and germinated it. We do have roots right here though. So this is something of concern. But right here, I don't really care about this section over here. Really right here, I just want to get this section kind of going, and really we'll get this area going right here. And then I've already started this section. Don't pay attention to my ugly shed. I've got to repair that with my dad here soon. But this is where I've already tilled up, throw seed down. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to sprinkle maybe a little bit of the GCI seed, rake that a little more, put peat moss down. But before the peat moss down, we'll mix up some RGS and some green pop to spray here and on these other areas over here in this section. So that's the idea. Not a lot of work, not too difficult. It's actually going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to till up some of these areas where I feel like it needs to be tilled up, and we'll throw some seed down in this general area, and then peat moss this general area, and that'll be that. So that job is complete. Here's my little garden weasel. Like I said, this is looks like Fisker's brand, so it's not the actual garden weasel, but does the job. So what I'm noticing as I've done that is there's lots of baby grass all over this area. So even where I'm tilling up, I don't really think it's necessary. We're gonna have good seed to soil contact. But with compaction, the aeration, that I did, I'm noticing that there's seed where I aerated in the holes, there is seed. So this could just be a slower to develop area, but being I have about 5 to 8 pounds of seed in that bag, I'm gonna go ahead and distribute it right here in this section. And then we're gonna throw down some peat moss, wet it, or excuse me, RGS, green pop, wet it. So let's go ahead and we'll get my new Scott's Elite spreader and get this seed and spread it evenly in this little section right here and show it some love. the last of our beautiful 85% turf type tall fescue and 15% Kentucky bluegrass. GCI Cool Blue. I'm anxious to see what it looks like matured. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I've got my my peat moss in my wheelbarrow now. So I was actually putting a little bit out in front of my sidewalk, along the edge of my driveway. There also, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's also some holes up ahead there by the AC unit. Just some patches where there is growth, but it just seems slow. I just covering it with a little peat moss. So I don't have a tool for peat moss. I'm not fancy like that. But what we're gonna try to do is just by hand, I'm just gonna spread the best I can in the most bare areas, the rest of the peat moss, and then run the sprinkler over it and let nature take its course. Let's get the peat moss down. It's not a fun job, but worth it. So let's go. Right, so guys, we got it all down. I don't know if what I did with the footage of me putting it down, but it wasn't that bad.
I spread it obviously kind of thin besides right here in front of my shed. Again, don't look at the shed. Got to replace that in the talks with my pops. But right here, we went kind of thick. But other than that, we just kind of spread it out up till about right here. Let's see if I can tap screen. There we go. So you can see kind of where we spread it out. This is the wash area. I get water coming down the side over here from where that Chevy is to the left of it. It'll run down and run all the way down here and beside my shed beside me. So that's one area. So right here we went kind of thick as well. And then recently, because I had a thin yard, as I told some of you guys, it started running over through the middle and down this way. So I tried to go kind of thick in the middle here. So we've got it down. Now we're going to throw some water on it with the sprinklers and kind of set it where it's at. This is just additional seed to thicken it up just a little more because we had it. And it is a little thin up here. I should have used more seed. So lesson number one already learned of 2020. 2021 growing season is don't skimp on the seed, Mr. Ferguson. Find out what you got exactly in your shed and make sure you throw down the proper poundage. We'll be fine. It's not the end of the world, and I'm not gonna say it. You see that color? We'll leave it at that.
What's up, YouTube? It's Wee Ferguson.
And Miss Ferguson.
Today we're going to be talking about sand.
Thank you so much, Sarah Jane, for that wonderful intro. I was thinking about, guys, making that a different video with the sand, but there's just not enough content. It's very difficult to see this hole. We planted a tree here several years ago, and it just didn't happen. So it's very difficult to see, but this is a total DIYer job here, guys. I've bought the sand. I just constantly hit that with my mower, and I'm tired of it. Now, yes, I've seen the videos where do you put sand in or do you put topsoil in? The thing about topsoil, top dressing that you got to keep in mind if you've never thought of it or heard of it is that what kind of seeds may or may not be in that top dressing. You could be putting weeds in your yard by buying dirt from a store or from a nearby place and pouring that dirt into your yard. Sand, however, has no nutritional value for your grass, your fescue, your Kentucky bluegrass. So there is pros and cons for both. My whole entire goal here is simply to be able to put sand down and not have my mower hit a hole every time. So job complete for a DIYer.
I probably have taken the audio out because they were very corny and I don't work well with her while she's watching me, or the little wee turd over there. So anyways, we've laid our sand down. So now I'm actually got the sprinkler going behind me. We got the water going. So I hope that that hole is not too deep and it's not too much sand, that it kills off the grass there. We'll find out. I don't know much about sand, so we will find out. So we are talking about sand today, but that hole is always getting my mower, and it's always cutting it short here because the back wheels, front wheels will hit it and it will kill off the grass around it because it goes dips low. So hopefully this little sand patch will, you know, it's not precise. We just kind of hand leveled it. We're not doing anything but just this little hole. So hopefully that will make an improvement. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for yet another video. One thing I do want to say to you guys is I've never really officially publish this, but what I've decided to do is I'm now able to make my videos throughout the week and then schedule them to post when I want them to come out. So on Mondays at 7 a.m. and Fridays at 7 a.m. is when you can expect to see Mr. Ferguson videos published. So I wanted to make you aware of that. Keep that in the back of your head. Monday morning, 7 a.m., Friday morning, 7 a.m. If you're for some reason looking forward to them, I hope that you are, but if you are, that's when you can find them. And I may try to kick out some between, you know, on Wednesdays or maybe on the weekends if on special events or special things that may occur. So I just wanted to put that out there for you. As always, if you're not subscribed and you're still with us, please hit the subscribe button below. We would appreciate it. Share these videos. If you would like to send in your pictures to be displayed on one of my videos, I'd be happy to show off your hard work. You can send it to me at Mr. Ferguson Lawn on Twitter, also on Facebook. And send me those pictures. I will do my best to blow them up, show them here of all the hard work you're doing. Thank you so much for watching. This is a longer video. Also, comment below if you like the longer videos, prefer the shorter ones. I know some people watch YouTube as content in lieu of TV and things nowadays. So let me know if you like the longer videos. I enjoy making them longer, but I also don't want to give you too much Mr. Ferguson that it turns you off. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the video. We'll see you on the next one.